Welcome to Link to the Cure. Hopefully everybody's ready. First up, we have a runner named dirtd12 who's going to give us some blindfolded Undertale. All right, let's get to it. Take it away.
The name has already been chosen. No, I feel like me having the UTSR rank splash screen kind of detracts from that a bit. Good to go. They're up and running. Alright. I'm good to go? Alright. Hello, my name is dirtd. I will be running Undertale Blindfolded today. I'm the only person insane enough to do this run, so I will be presenting it to you today. I'm currently 8th on the neutral boards, and I've got 2 co-commentators with me. Go ahead. Alrighty, so I'm gonna put the blindfolded on and then we'll get going. Okay, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you.
And see, normally it works as kind of a tutorial where you just have to walk and like press switches and whatnot, which is hard when you cannot see the switches.
Yeah, so one thing that dirtd's going to be doing is you're going to be using the walls a lot to just kind of guide him in the right direction. So right here he's going to align himself in the corner so he knows exactly where he is. And so there's no ambiguity about what he has to do next or like where he is in the room. It's one of the benefits of having that kind of leniency in an RPG like this. But there's still going to be a lot of alignments that we're going to probably see later with a lot of the different tricks to save time.
So here it's actually not great because he was actually planning to kill First Forget because killing First Forget gives you a bunch of gold, and he needs that to buy an item to make another fight later in the game more lenient. So he'll have to do backup strats. I don't actually know what his plan is. I think just kill a few other monsters to get it.
The first few rooms of the ruins have a pretty small mob pool. I believe the first 2 rooms or 3 rooms only have you can only encounter a single Whimsum or a single Frogget. If you get a single Whimsum, it's just an insta kill for any attack. A Frogget's a bit more difficult, especially at this low of a love. So we're gonna pray for some good RNG and that dirtd can back up the missed hit. Yeah, so we're gonna grind out here for an encounter.
Exactly. And I'm guessing he's gonna always go for a center hit, and if he gets a one-hit kill, he knows it was a Williamson, which is awesome. Going in and out of a room like that actually resets the step count. Like, there's a quality of life feature that if you walk into a room, get an encounter, it's gonna take forever for you to get another encounter, so that you're not too overwhelmed. Which means that he knows. I think he wasn't sure where he was. But that means, walking in and out of the room resets this step count, and you know that you are like exactly equipped basically. And yeah.
So you just got 4 gold, 2 from the Whimsun, 2 from the Frogget. One thing I'm curious about though, for some of the later fights, is how we're gonna dodge some of these attacks, because Frogget here is not too complicated. For the 2 different attacks, I think that he can, the Frogget can do, which is like the flies attack or the frog attack. If you get the frog attack, you can just run into it on the bottom right and skip the entire turn. And if it's the flies attack, going to the bottom right is also safe. So in general, it's just always good to go to the bottom right, which is convenient for this encounter.
Yeah. Here, again, for most of the rooms, he kind of knows where he is, because there's gonna be like phone calls and whatnot like this one. So he knows where he is. Oh, he's still doing kills, I guess. Oh, I guess he wants to get to level 2 as well.
Yes.
Because the final boss fight Asgore is not easy when you're blindfolded and cannot see the attacks. So there is like a very complex route that I don't know much of. Like I know it exists, but I couldn't tell you from memory what it is. Where he's gonna get a few specific kills throughout the run in order to level up and to deal more damage, to be able to basically, if you can't dodge the attack, just damage boost for everything basically. And here you can see he used the sign as well to know where he was in the room. Yeah, this is insane. And we're gonna just be from every encounter now.
Yeah, so one other thing that you see dirtd doing a lot right there actually is kind of like buffering himself up a few frames. Because there are like specific units of movement with Undertale, you can move up by exactly 1 pixel if you buffer an input for exactly 1 frame. And we end up doing this a lot in the regular speedrun, so it's something that dirtd already knows pretty well. And especially when you don't need perfect precision, like right there with the rock, you just want to generally interact with it. It's pretty nice to just be, oh no. There we go.
I think it's fine,
Yeah.
He knows that he's about to run into an Abstab look here. I wonder if an Absolute would actually pose an issue, considering that like he has lost like half his health.
Yeah.
But
yeah, once he got hit, it's pretty easy to tell. Oh, okay, this is we need to move, because if it's that attack, then it's just gonna follow you. The other attack that Absolute can do is like a raindrop attack, in which case moving is likely not gonna get you hit again. But...
yeah. It's the early game, it's not very, very hard. He went fast on the menuing there. If you mess up the menuing here, it loses like 2 minutes, but it's fine. Okay, so here he's gonna buy a spider donut. So using the gold from all the killing. So you know, just keep in a corner of your mind, keep out the spider donut. That's gonna cover up in like 40 minutes or something. And here using the sign again to know where he is in the room, he gets a phone call as well, yep. So he knows very well where he is. This is very practice area. I don't think that works, because normally you need to tap up 1 pixel, but he accidentally went up 2 pixels. So oh wow. Well, I know there's a lot of rooms where like he actually knows from the music, he knows how many bits he needs to count in order to make it to the next point. Like
it's a very common trick with blindfolded runs. It's a strat called beat counting. When pretty much using either the background music or a certain rhythm that you have just in your head, you can kind of count out like the amount of time that you're spending doing an action to kind of queue up multiple actions in quick succession to make sure that like they all happen at the right time.
Yeah.
So there he held left and then probably beat counted for a couple of beats and then decided, okay, now I need to hold down left to go into the thing. It was a really cool backup.
Yep. The downside of that, of course, is that like if you get out of the sequence that you know, it can actually be like pretty damaging, because like he obviously he's practiced it now and he knows backups. But I know that like the first time that he did it, there was a time where he lost like a minute because he just couldn't know anymore where he was, because he just got off the sequence at some point. Yeah. Anyway, here we're meeting up with Toriel again, who's actually, you know, she's been helping us this whole time, which is why I know she's going to like fight us in a bit. Here he can use the music changing to know where he is. Again, this is an area that Undertale speedrunners are pretty familiar with. I think we pick up the fire rate if you go in the room and lay on the beds, I don't think he meant to be there. Shout out to Jack near the bed, by the way. But yeah, I think he's a bit unsure where he is in the room, but yeah, you want to get into the bed. There we
There
go.
we go.
So you fall asleep and Toriel kindly puts the best item in the game next to your bed.
It is a full heal for all of our purposes. So it's very nice to just have it in case, because we're going to probably be taking a lot of damage on some of the harder fights towards the end of the game.
Definitely. One in particular where we will be very happy to have it. Here we're in Fireplace, so basically some of the story, because we have done none of that so far. So we're playing as a fallen human into the underground full of monsters, and Toriel is like, look, the king of the monsters has declared war on humanity, and he's killing all of the humans that fall down here, and we are not the first, far from it. And she's like, hey, I can't let you out, because if I do, you will be killed violently. So she decides that she has to like fight us, and we have to show to her. She says, show to me you are strong enough to survive. So we're gonna do just that. This is actually a very big RNG segment in the runs, because there's some attacks called the hand attacks. If you run into the attack, you take damage like this. You run into the attack, take damage, and it instantly ends her turn. And the attack types are random. So like in speedruns, this is the biggest RNG check, because you're hoping to get as many hands as possible, which I think is like about a 40% chance. He got pretty lucky so far, and yeah. I think once you're at like 2 HP, she cannot hurt you anymore. Well, this
Very
is
convenient for us.
Yeah. You know, she doesn't actually want to hurt us or whatever, something. Which is why she can kill you on accident, but it's very, very rare. Also, you know, she cares so much about protecting us that she sets us at 2 HP, and she's not gonna heal us, she's just gonna let us go away like that. Anyway, yes. So here she's like, fine, you want to live so badly. And again, because we have 2 HP, she's not attacking. And once she stops attacking us, we can attack her and kill her in one hit, which dirtd just did, because actually, it's faster to kill her like that than it is to attack her regularly. So this is what we call the betray kill. And the reason why we're doing that, it completely slipped out of my mind, the reason why we're doing that is because killing her gives a lot of EXP, which takes you to a much higher level, which we will need for a certain hard boss later in the game.
Yeah, in the regular neutral route, if you're doing this without a blindfold, we don't actually want a betray killer, because the papyrus fight will take a lot longer because of our extra love. But in our case, the extra turns that we're going to save on that boss fight from being able to do way more damage is going to make up for that time lost at papyrus, which we'll probably see in a bit.
Yeah, like that time loss, by the way, is the only reason that we can't do Toriel kill in regular runs. Well, we can, but like it's slower.
Yeah.
So here, no Fluey, because this is New Game Plus. It's very helpful because here normally we get reminded of the name of the game. Right, Undertale. I heard of that.
There we go.
Unfortunately, dirtd cannot see it because he's blindfolded. I hope he won't get too disoriented in the middle and go, "Oh, what game am I playing?" But hopefully that's.
Is this Deltarune? I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
Something about collecting hearts to break a barrier. So probably Celeste. Anyway, here we're going to encounter a certain skeleton, which, if you're afraid of skeleton, no, it's not the best time. But yeah, this room is probably not the hardest to do blindfolded, thankfully for dirtd.
GU. Finally, a break.
Yeah. And here, he perfectly knows where he is. This time he has a good excuse for not going for Gamer Pixel, which is something that saves like 4 frames. Anyway, I have no idea who this character is.
Ominous Shadow Man?
Wait, Shadowman? Is that the guy from... is that the guy from Smash Bros?
I think that's a me.
Oh, that makes sense. Anyway, I hope there are no longer any scary skeletons. Oh, damn, Papyrus.
So one thing I want to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to quickly mention there's a lot of text in this game if you
Yes.
didn't realize yet. But one thing that we can do as speedrunners to speed it up is just mash the text, which means pressing the skip button, which is X, and then pressing the clear button, which is Z. Because we're playing on keyboard, we actually have two sets of buttons to do this: Enter and Shift and Z and X. So by rhythmically tapping those buttons in order, we can skip the text really, really, really fast, which is what dirtd is doing right here.
Yeah.
To skip it as fast as possible, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like, you can just mash random buttons, but it's actually like not the most efficient way to do it. There is a rhythm to it. It is a skill that you can develop. And at this level, you're expecting to be like pretty good at it by now. So here he just cleared the cutscene with the two Scully Bros and opens this box to get the top glove and equip it. So funnily enough, you don't actually equip it to use it. You equip it because when you equip the top glove, you unequip the stick, which is the weapon that you have equipped by default, and the stick is actually super useful for all of the dogs, of which there is one here.
Yeah.
But we keep that one, never mind. But it's gonna be helpful later, trust me.
Yeah, all of the dog encounters, because they're dogs, love the stick and will become instantly spareable.
That's true.
But we do want some more EXP, so we are going to unfortunately kill Doggo. Very sad.
Here we meet Sans, very sad, but it will happen again, so like that's fine. Here we go see this very helpful snowman guy, who is going to give us some of him, basically. You get the snowman piece, and he asks you, hey, can you please like take that with you far away, because he wants to travel but he can't, because he's a snowman. So he's like, hey, here's a piece of me, and please take it far away. But then we will just like eat it because it's actually a really strong healing item. Is he going for EMS? I think he's going for it. This is like this is like the first, would have been the first of many glitches, and also one of the hardest and stupidest ones. But there are actually shockingly glitches in this game. We just haven't really seen many of them yet. It really picks up speed glitch-wise about like a third of the way through, I would say. And
dirtd just like feeling his way through that maze. No worries, just zap on every single wall.
I mean, it works, right?
It does work.
Yeah. Surely he does. Guess what? No, probably not. Here we have a very hard crossword puzzle. Luckily, dirtd cannot see, so he's not actually going to do it. And just go ahead. Right. Going pretty well so far, I would say.
I would say so too. So we're gonna try and get a switch here. We learned from a map on the bottom of the room that there's a switch just in the snow here, but because we already know that, we can just go straight there.
Exactly.
Poor lesser dog.
It was self-defense. I mean, he's armed.
It's a pretty big sword. I wouldn't want to face
That's what I'm
that.
saying. We fought for our lives. Anyway, actually, he's really pretty good at hitting in the center, even though he's like blindfolded and whatnot. Here, time for the best song in the game as we encounter dog marriage. Get ready for it. This song is called Dog Bass, and it is actually in the soundtrack. I don't remember the number, but it is an actual song in the soundtrack. Anyway, so he's just using stick, I think? Or is he betray killing? Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Use the stick, and they're like, oh, stick, we're dogs, we like sticks. And then they just like kind of let you through. Anyway, here we meet for the first time the XO puzzles with little crosses that when you walk on turn into circles. Anyway, here he's not using the slopes to kind of position himself. I'm not super convinced. I don't think that's what he's meaning to do. I think he kind of missed the thing.
I think he wanted to get caught on the corner of the platform, but this is... Oh no.
He will have to go again and accidentally undo the thing.
Yeah, so the way these puzzles work is there's three different kind of like states the tiles can be in. It's X, O, or triangle, and we want them to all be O's for the puzzle to work.
Exactly. So unfortunately for the Dirty Danny here, he accidentally undid it. So I think now he realized with that where he is, and now he can go back and do it like the way he would.
Yeah, so aligning with the corner, you can get onto the platform. There we go.
Yeah, and he hears obviously when the things get things into circles and whatnot. Right, and once they're all like that, you just
we
go
go.
and press the button. There we go.
Perfect.
Little bumpy the road yet, but this he was able to recover this. Here there's actually a super harder puzzle that a lot of people lost much time on, but actually there's a switch hidden in this tree. You can just interact with it, and that solves the puzzle. So that's pretty cool.
One thing to note, Undertale has very, very weird collision on a
Yes.
lot of different places. So right there, you saw how like dirtd was getting caught on the corner of the slope, like right there as well. Pretty much, if you hold into the slope, when on those types of slopes, Frisk will get like stuck on the slope at some points, and so but we can exploit that to kind of
Yeah.
position ourselves for those things, like you did for the first puzzle.
Exactly.
It's probably also going to be quite annoying sometimes when you want to like scoot along a wall and then get caught on something.
Yeah. You can do it very easily and not know it. I don't remember how. Okay, I think he takes an intentional. No, he's actually gonna go it for it. Cinnamon roll solution to the snow puzzle, which is the intended solution. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
There are a lot of weirder ones that speedrunners can do.
But they
And
all
you-
require like pretty precise stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can also be like me and follow Ice puzzle in your PB. It's fine. It's still 50 trade.
It's happened to
here-
everyone at least once.
Yeah, but not in their PV. Like normally you just reset. Ah well. Here we run into another dog, which this one kind of like Toriel has an attack that can you run into the attack, it instantly ends the turn, and also it's RNG. So if you see a little white dog laying on the bottom of the attack box, you will see dirtd run into it. Let's see if he gets it. Okay, so that's not the one. Okay, so he gets it.
Yeah, maybe one more chance.
That was not lucky. I have
Poor
it up for
RNG.
Yeah. Ah well. So we killed the dog like deservedly. Here we have a pretty long set of mashing where a glitch was actually recently discovered like 2.5 months ago. That lets you corrupt text here, but he's not going for it because it's like stupid hard and also doesn't save much.
Yes.
Anyway, shout out to the little white dog in the top right of the room. Just chilling, happy to be around. And here Papyrus decides, actually, I'm not going to obliterate you with my human obliterator 9000 because that would be unfair. Instead, he just decides to like let us through, which is very nice of him. Oh, and here I have no idea he would grind.
Yeah, so oh wow. Okay, a triple. So I am curious because all of these encounters are RNG. You can either get a double
Yeah.
encounter, which is just 2 enemies, or a triple encounter, which is these 3 enemies. It looks
Yeah.
like we're just gonna kill one enemy to get the EXP and then just leave,
Yeah.
so that it's.
I would
consistent.
assume. Yeah, I would assume. Oh, and here we're buying the bicycle, which is a healing item. With he's going pretty slow on the menuing again, not to lose track of where he's at. I would assume it's because he missed the kill on First Forget, so he's thinking just to make sure I have enough EXP, or maybe it's part of the route. I'm not entirely certain. Anyway, here we have Papyrus, and the thing is, speedrunners in general, not just Blindfolded, every speedrunner is very, very bad at Papyrus. So our strat is actually just to lose repeatedly against him. It's very funny, but also in the run, it's not necessarily the most important part. But yeah, here dirtd is just going to like repeatedly run into the attack. Use the stick against Papyrus, by the way, because that like burns the turn basically.
Yeah, Papyrus pretty much like takes pity on you and gives you the option to just skip the fight entirely if you die to him 3 times.
Yeah.
It takes a long time, but it's somehow still faster than doing the actual fight.
Yeah, like if you do the actual special fight, Papyrus' special attack, or well, it's called his really cool regular attack, and that attack alone lasts like a minute and a half, and you have to do the whole fight before that. So
I mean, it is a really cool attack. So
it is a very cool attack. He is very cool. He even has a shirt that says it, I think.
yeah, he has an
Yeah.
attack that says it.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Anyway, so he can hear obviously with the music change that he's back in Snowden Town, and he's gonna go back to Papyrus, who is like, "How could you get out?" He made the bars too wide. He will not learn from that mistake, and we'll do it again.
I do want to also note that there is a third way to beat the Papyrus fight, which is to kill Papyrus, and
That's true.
that doing enough damage to Papyrus will actually skip most of the fight and just skip to the final turn. Obviously, that requires us to do a lot of damage to Papyrus and do a lot of really, really good hits, which is why I'm assuming that dirtd is opting to go for this triple death route.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like it would be faster only like you can only use the extra damage threat if you have like a stronger weapon than what you're supposed to have. Like I know that there's a category extension where you spawn with the strongest weapon, the burn pan that we will see again, and in that category you would attack Papyrus, but like that's an exception really. Anyway, because like in an actual speedrun you would be at level 1 here. We are at level 7, so we have more than double the health. Which will be super useful later on, but right now it's like taking a while. Anywho, we just have one more quote-unquote dying to Papyrus left, and then we are good to go.
So, anyway, what's up with the airline food?
Sorry?
What's up with the airline food? I mean, it's like
Not sure I got that reference, sorry.
oh, I went on mute. My bad. Sorry.
It's fine, it's fine. You are saying? Well,
Yeah, airline food's like really stale, and I don't really get why. I mean, it looks so
Mm.
good. Like you see it on on the app, you know, and everything. It's like, oh wow, it looks
Yeah.
really good. And it's just no, it's just not.
Is it because of like weight restrictions they can't afford to carry the actual good stuff?
Wow,
Crazy.
skipping out on us.
We do look at that. Dord is almost dead, but like it's actually like in this game in this specific instance, it's actually kind of what we want because like then Papyrus tells us about how he is the persistent test, and then immediately after that he gives up. So that's pretty cool because then he will. Next time we meet up with Papyrus, he will ask us, "Hey, so do you want to fight again?" And it is very important that we select no, because if you select yes, you lose a minute and a half, and that has happened to me a normal number of times.
The most important choicer. Well, maybe not the most important, but one of the most important choicers in the entire game to get right.
Probably the most important, and he's just mashing it like crazy, but
There
there's
we go.
actually like half a second or delay or something, so he can hear if there's an issue.
Yeah.
And then Papyrus is just like, actually, let's be friends.
The choicer text box, like the one that says "Fight Papyrus," is a different sound. It has like a different text sound than the rest of the Papyrus text, so it's dirtd can tell when he's on the text box.
Yeah. Exactly. Here we have coming up the first really pitch of the run to skip a cutscene, and then it really picks up steam. Basically, most glitches in this game involve some sort of regaining your movement when you're not supposed to. I'm not sure which strat he's going. I think he's going for the harder version.
Oh wow. That is fascinating.
That's
see if
very
we can
interesting.
get
So this is called SLS. It's a glitch called slopeless. Slopes, complicated.
Oh my
and
god, he got
actually got it. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
What?
That is
Okay,
actually impressive.
I should probably
There's-
explain what that is. SLS is something that was discovered really recently. It's got a lot of really cool tech, but pretty much the gist of it is that remember when I was talking about like having how some walls have weird collision and you can kind of like get caught on them. We can pretty much get that to trigger on any flat wall by exploiting some quirks about how the game handles inputs. So by using Alt Space to do something called key storage, and have some of our keyboard inputs get stored in the game without actually holding them down, we can get into a weird state where we're like on the next pixel, but the game still thinks we're like in between the two pixels.
Yeah.
And then by opening the cell phone, we can get the game to pretty much put us on the next pixel, trigger a cutscene, but then have the cell phone text box open, and by clearing that, we can gain our movement back, which lets us get out of the room. It's incredibly, really, really tight, and a lot of speedrunners don't even get it with their eyes open, and dirtd just
Exactly.
got it with his eyes closed. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's so good at it. He could do it with his eyes closed. He got a very good completion of the petals puzzle, by the way. Just
Yeah.
using again bouncing on every wall to know exactly where he is at all times. Anyway, we're just kind of gonna kill Woshua here again in self-defense. But yeah, basically and he uses it here to heal because there's gonna be a chase scene that's actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, most cutscenes in this game, like, they take away your ability to move, then some stuff happens, like character stuck, or you have a fight, or whatever, and then once all of that is over, you can move again. And most of the glitches involve somehow entering a cutscene with text open, somehow entering the cutscene with the punch card open, which is an item that we will have in a bit, because closing text regains you regain your movement. Closing the punch card, you regain your movement. And so basically that's what the glitch was right there. It's called Seagrass Skip because initially there was Seagrass Skip and then we found a better way to do that, which is called Seagrass Skip, or SGSS for short. Anyway, all of this is to say, pretty much every glitch in this game is some variation of every major glitch anyway is do something to regain movement before a cutscene finishes. And that saves, some of them saves like minutes. The one he just did saves like 40 seconds compared to the glitchless. So that's pretty significant indeed.
100%, yeah. That was also a really cool chase. dirtd's probably using the song to again beat count around the different the maze that the Undyne presents. One thing about Undyne spears in that chase in particular, they kind of like follow you, but they're always a bit behind you, so you can kind of manipulate them to miss you as much as possible. So in that beginning section, dirtd was just holding right, and because they're always where you were, not where you are, they're just like following behind you.
Yeah, that's gonna come up again.
Yeah.
And here we pick up the Reality Warper, aka the item that makes this run possible, aka the punch card. So you go to the ice cream dude, and he's like, "Hey, here's some ice cream," and then for that he also gives you a punch card. And spoiler, we care more about the punch card than the ice cream. Basically, it was started as kind of a jokey item, but there's actually an oversight in the way it's coded that kind of lets you warp reality, and we will be using it a lot.
Yeah.
So
We're just gonna reorganize the inventory real quick. So the punch card is the first item in our inventory. That just makes it really, really easy to use instead of having to menu all the way down every single time. We're also gonna leave the stick in because it's had its use. Oh, I guess the ice cream too. We don't need it.
Maybe for like, I don't know, trust on that. Maybe for like Undyne. And yeah, the punch card basically is a portable movement regainer. Basically, like there's a value in the code. Oh, I think he didn't mean to go there, but yeah, there's a value in the code called global.interact.
Oh no.
And when I talk about like, it's fine. He will figure it out eventually. You can spare those, by the way, it's faster than thing. If your global.interact is at 0, you can move, and if it's not at 0, you cannot move. And it's used by the game to, like, as I said, lock your movement during cutscene, make it so that you cannot move while your menu is open and whatnot. And here you see
it right here.
Yep. So normally Onion-san is supposed to show up and be like, "Hi, I'm Onion-san." But if you get on the cutscene trigger, I missed it. But if you get on the pixel that triggers the cutscene with the punch card open, you know, you can have the punch card start. Oh, sorry, have the cutscene start. Close the punch card because closing the punch card always sets global interact to 0. So you regain your movement, and then you are on your way. Shout out Shireen here. She is very kindly giving us a lot of EXP. So that's cool.
It's funny, the punch card's the only item in the game that has this ability because there is specifically one frame between when you click use on the punch card, which will close the menu for you, and when the punch card appears on screen and takes away your interaction again. Which means on that one frame between those two things, any cutscene can be like started.
Exactly.
So it's pretty crazy that it even exists at all.
It's very we got lucky there. Also, again, I want to emphasize that every punch card use has to be done on a specific pixel. We were talking about pixel perfect movement earlier in the run, and yeah, basically that's why you see dirtd. You will see the dirtd like going over and over, opening the punch card again because he does, due to him being blindfolded, he doesn't know what pixel he is. Like he has an ID, but he doesn't know for sure. So yeah.
There's a strat called menu buffering. It's kind of like just tapping when we tap just the up button or like direction button for like one frame, we're not always sure that we tapped it for exactly one frame. We might have tapped it for 2, 3, something else. So to ensure that we always move exactly one frame, if we open the menu by using C or Control and pressing a movement direction at the same time, you guarantee if you press them both on the same frame, you guarantee that you only move one frame or one pixel in that direction, which lets you kind of sequentially figure out where you are. Miss Spears 2 skip. This is another place you can use the punch card to gain some movement and get a bit further into the room before the chase actually starts.
Yep. Also, Grenadier was talking about how you can manipulate the way that the spears appear, and he's going to do just that. Basically, let's say there's a wall to your right, and you're trying to go up. If you hold upright, you're basically holding to the wall and hold up, you're gonna just go up, but the game will say, hey, he's going upright. So it will try to make the spears appear to your upright. So this is something you can use to manipulate the spears to appear pretty much kind of everywhere. Like it tries to predict where you are based on what keys you're pressing, and sometimes that involves making spears appear in the void. So you can make the chase a bit easier. It's very impressive that he's capable of making it like that, blindfolded. Like this room is hard enough to navigate with your eyes open, but he's just that good at the game. Also, he should be fine. Like he's basically at the end of the everything now. Yeah, and you can see him holding down right, and the game makes spears appear into the void.
It is worth noting, though, that these are still random. The location where the spears appear is random, but we can get them to appear in, like, generally the right area. So, like, right there, got unlucky, and the spear appeared right in front of him, and he just had to tank it because there's no way to know with your eyes closed.
But overall, it was fine. He had, like, a third of his health left, so...
Made it through.
Yeah. So that should be, like, a 35-something spears too. This is like one of the important points where people split in run. And we have one of the biggest glitches coming up. So do you want to explain Mad Dummy Skip?
Yeah, so Mad Dummy Skip is a skip I think it was found in 2021 or 2020, but it's pretty old. Pretty much it saves about 1.5 minutes if I'm correct there, but pretty much the way that it works is there's this thing called persistence. It's a magic box that nobody really understands except a very specific part of the community, and I'm not going to try to explain it here because I don't exactly know it myself. But pretty much you want, by exiting the room on a very specific frame of while on the same frame that you enter a battle, you can store the state of the room as it was right before you entered the battle. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Mad Dummy battle interact to exit the room on the same frame to store the state of the room right before we enter the Mad Dummy fight. And it just so happens that the game is just coded so that as soon as you exit the Mad Dummy fight, like the battle interface, it'll just assume that you beat the fight and that it'll let you move on. So right here, we're going to, we use an overflow, which is pretty much in that one frame between the punch card. We press Z to interact and could store some text. A lot of really complicated stuff's happening right here, but pretty much we're just aligning ourselves so we can use, dirtd's aligning himself so you can use an auditory cue to close the punch card on the right frame, or in this case, use an item, and perfect. That looked perfect.
Okay.
It looked perfect,
so, Then I'm gonna trust you on that. So here dirtd uses a method called dying, because you mentioned, we store the state of the room. So we store the state of the room, enter the fight, die, reappear in the room. And then all the game sees is that we started the fight, and now we're back in the room. So it assumes that, okay, well, they must have beaten the fight, even though we actually died. But the game thinks, okay, they must have beaten the fight, and the game gives us the dialogue that should normally happen once you beat the fight. So let's see if he got it first try.
Wait. No.
Damn.
I thought
I
that
think
was
it was
it.
like a frame early. Yeah, so just go at it again. Basically, like, you need to press Z on one specific frame for it to work. And on top of that, because he's blindfolded, he can't be certain that he's on the correct pixel. So let's just try that one again. Madam Escape is so huge that it's like, even if you get it third try, it's better than doing the glitchless route.
The entire fight. It's a very long fight because it's pretty much a mandatory cutscene where you just have to sit through a bunch of turns, and each of them is like 15 seconds. So it takes a long time. That might have been it.
Fine. Yeah. We're trying to like judge it based off the stool going dark, because you're basically trying to exit the room on the same frame as the fight starts, and that's hard.
There's like a bunch of different ways to do this trick that normal runners will do. There's an auditory cue, there's a visual cue with the flashing of the soul. You can also use an external app to like Flow Timer, which is an app that pretty much plays beeps in like a rhythmic. It's like a metronome pretty much to align it, which is technically the fastest, but also the hardest to do. So we'll see if he got it.
Yeah.
Hey, he got it.
Oh, he got it. So this is the dialogue I was talking about that you would normally get at the end of the fight. Well, after you like do it and win and stuff. But dying twice is basically the same as winning when you think about it. So here he's gonna use. Oh,
there we go. Okay, so yeah, he grabbed 2 astronaut foods there for some backup healing. I'm sure. Not sure why he used the unicycle.
Anyway, if you missed an episode, look how they are. Yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest.
Oh, he might be running out of room in his inventory, actually, I'm realizing. Yeah, because he also has to buy the cloudy glasses.
Yeah.
The cloudy glasses are an item that's going to be really helpful for blindfolded runs, because the cloudy glasses have the special effect that it will add to your invincibility frames. Pretty much, after you get hit, you will remain invincible from any other damage for a longer time. And it's going to be really, really nice for some of the more complicated fights, especially Asgore at the end.
Absolutely. Like, if you are planning to get hit a lot, it's the best armor. Or I guess semi-armor, but we're not doing that. Anyway, here it's cool because this room is darkening, but like, he wasn't seeing it either way. So this is actually, he's getting the casual experience. Anyway, shout out to Temi here.
Oh no, Temi!
Yeah. But it's fine. It was a necessary sacrifice for EXP or something. Anyway, shout out to Temi Cheng, who made most of the art for Undertale. And here he's using the sound when interacting with the lantern to know that he is exactly where he should be.
Yeah, one thing, actually, I'm realizing we never explained it, but you saw that first it was like kind of like going up and down on the top wall. If you hold up and down in a direction, or just up and down at the same time on like a horizontal wall, first we'll do that little like dance. It's really useful for grinding out encounters like he did in Ruins, but also for just ensuring that you can move and also interact with something on the wall.
Exactly. It doesn't make you move faster, it doesn't make you get a encounter faster, it's just really convenient. So you will see speedrunners do it a lot, especially in categories where you want to get a lot of encounters. So usually categories that involve killing a lot of enemies. But yeah, it's called Frisk Dance, for example. Well, it has many names, but this is the one I could think of right now. A pretty long vertical room here, and then there's going to be another punch card glitch. Let's see if he gets it. So here, Monster Kid is gonna come and be like, "Hi, I'm Monster Kid," and it takes like 30 seconds. But by punch carding past them, you can skip that. Ah, damn it, missed it. So I think he accidentally went forward 2 pixels and just bumped into the trigger without opening his menu.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just a bit of mashing where Monster Kid, will slip and almost fall into the void. But remember, this is the neutral ending, So we're neither evil, not nor evil, so we just walk away without helping. So that's fine.
Sure,
By the way,
he's fine.
yeah, the Undyne saves them anyway. Speaking of Undyne, here she is. So we notice that she is fully armored and she gives her epic anime speech, which is actually fitting because she is in universe an anime fan. So she probably thinks that she's being very, very epic right now. Anyway, because she's super smart, she had a helmet on. She's about to fight, so she takes the helmet off. Also, this save point conveniently appears. So you can't entirely skip Undyne, but you can use like a glitch to skip, to make the fight a bit slower. No, sorry, to skip part of the fight. So punch card past the first trigger and then use the punch card to Rungwa, which basically means using the punch card on a room transition to appear further in the room transition than you should be.
Dirty was using actually a bit of tech there. Instead of, because he missed the, with the menu buffering, he missed the previous one. What he was doing there was using that one frame of movement that you have with the punch card to just slide forward. It's called a PCE slide, punch card exploit slide. And it's just a consistent way of moving one pixel forward, even more consistent than menu buffering. Just takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's smart if you want to really not overshoot it, basically.
Yeah.
So here, with those attacks are mostly memorization, which is how he's able to mostly not get hit. There's a strat where you would take intentional damage, but he's not doing that because he's way too high on health for it to be worth it anyway. I think he was fine. I was afraid he would have stopped a little bit too late, but it seems fine. And there we go. That's
Perfect.
called one dyne. For one, well, that's like some variation of one dyne basically, which means
that's one cycle.
One cycle, because you fight Undyne, but only once. Normally in the game, she catches you, you run away for a bit. She catches you again, you fight for a bit, you run away. She catches you again, you fight for a bit, you run away, and so on. And here you only have to run away once, so that's awesome. Anyway, here he just took a safety save, and he probably thinks he's walking into the lab, which is not quite the case, but he's probably gonna figure out where he is pretty soon.
Got caught on a wall. Oh no.
Wait. Oh, I hope he's not gonna. Okay, it's fine.
There we go.
He hears the door, so it's fine. Okay, here we're gonna use text storage basically. So open the punch card while interacting, and you can move around with text, which allows you to then close the text to regain movement during a cutscene. So normally here it takes like 3 minutes. You meet Alphys, then she introduces you to Metaton, but we just kind of like walk away because like, who cares? We have a run to speed.
Mad impressive that Dirty can do all of these pretty complicated PCE stuff while blindfolded and not knowing where he is in the room at all.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it took a lot of effort, but like, it's actually really funny because again, this is New Game Plus, which is very, very close to the main category of neutral, but not as run. And so Dirty had only run regular neutral. So I told him, hey, well, I think I wasn't the first one to tell him, but like I will take credit for it anyway. So I told him, hey, you should take your blindfolded runs and submit them to the leaderboards for New Game Plus. And he did, and he's actually like not last, despite being blindfolded, which is pretty impressive. Here we pick up the burnt pan, aka the best weapon in the game, which, we will come back to it later, and we drop the tough glove because we never liked it anyway.
Yeah, we need the inventory space for something better.
Yeah, because we only have 8 slots, and we will need all of it, believe me. Moving with events here. Again, knowing pretty much where he is. I don't remember what the strat is for those lasers, which is supposed to be like timing, where if it's blue you stop, if it's orange you accelerate. But instead we just kind of like, yeah, we just kind of damage boost it.
So there is a strat in here in this room called Beowulf Skip. Pretty much, you have to take damage in the Undyne fight earlier. Yep. Also, not take a safety save, which makes it pretty much unviable for a blindfolded run. But because you're at low health, Undyne or Alpha, sorry. She has some. Oh.
He got the basically punch card the vent. So the vent moves you up, but you're not normally able to move while it moves you up. But using the punch card, it moves you up. And you move up on top of that, so you just smash into the door, and you don't have to solve the puzzle to open the door, so that's awesome. And and doing a jetpack skip as well. Very well done. Very well done.
Incredible stuff.
Yep.
Those are two very difficult strats back to back, and just nailed them both.
Absolutely. Actually getting
Yeah.
a lot of donations as well. So shout out dirtd and everyone who donates. Oh yeah, do you want to explain the elevator stuff?
So, elevators are kind of weird in this game. The way that it works is to unlock the next floor, we have to go through certain triggers. Pretty much, this game has flags that let us unlock the next floors for this elevator. But as it so happens, the jetpack cutscene that unlocks this right floor 2 elevator also takes away our menu, which means we cannot use any items in the overworld, including the punch card, which is devastating for some of the glitches. So we have to actually backtrack a bit, go to left floor 1, and go back to the room with the end of the Undyne fight, which is the bridge room, because that room is hard coded to give you your menu back, because it's the end of the Undyne fight. So now we can just use it. We're gonna do another vent thing here because it'll let us zoom past and just not have to deal with that entire puzzle.
I was really scared there, but he got it, so that's fine. And yeah, basically lots of cutscenes. Take away your menu. You're supposed to get it back when you end the cutscene, but we never end the cutscene because we skip it. So we have to do this little dance back to the beginning of Hotland to get the menu back. And here we just skip the Royal Guards in what is eloquently known as Royal Guard skip. And no times for another instance of like, the room's dark so you can't see anything, but it's fine because he's blindfolded anyway.
It is funny because normal runners have like a setup that they do, a very complicated thing called serious skip, which you'll get a text box into this room so you can line up the pixel to do this with. But because dirtd can't see anyways, there's no reason to do that setup anyway, so we're just going to brute force it. Hey, got it.
Hey, got it. So this skips the news shows and saves like a minute 20, I believe, something along those lines.
An insane amount of time.
Yeah. Like
taking it nice and slow around the hallway because I doubt he wants to risk the entire skip on trying to get that vent launch.
And another instance of going back to left floor 1, yahoo!
Yeah,
because again,
the news cutscene again takes away your menu because it's like one of those scripted scenes where you have movement in the overworld but shouldn't be like allowed to use any items or anything like that.
Yeah, it's more of a mini game.
Yeah.
But that's not interesting because we're not here to have fun. We're here to go fast. That's not true. We're having a lot of fun. Anyway, the menu back has been obtained, and now he can like use a little glitch to be able to move during the movement animation, but really not that much of a change. Anyway, shout out Muffet here. We're seeing her again like a little bit. Another instance here. You're supposed to do 2 puzzles up and down to open a door. But we have the reality warper instead, so we're just gonna get here and
I think it's like 4. Yeah, I think it's like 4 menu buffers up, but he missed a couple, so.
Yeah. Oh. And there we go. He got it.
Oh, nice.
And now you just got out of bounds using that. There's some very weird invisible walls, and that's it. That's north-south skip because you skip the north and south puzzle, which skips like 40 seconds or something.
That is a huge choke point in regular runs, so crazy that you got it first try.
It's RNG, I've been saying it. It's not actually RNG, it's just my cope. Anyway, shout out Muffet here. So I did say we picked up the... Exactly, very cool fight. I did say we picked up the Spider Donut, and if you use it, she stops attacking you, so that's awesome.
I sure hope we can listen to this very cool song called Spider Dance. Oh wait, it's over.
And she's dead. Yeah, so this is another Betray Kill where like you just eat the donut and she's like, oh, you gave money to those spiders in the ruins, that's cool. And she stops attacking you and she's like, okay, well, I will spare you now. And if you attack her because her guard is down, she dies in like 1 hit. It's probably like self-defense or something. And more importantly, it takes us to level 9. This spider takes forever to grieve though. more and faster. And that's it. And we're out of the fight, and at level 9, which I'm pretty sure is the low. Like, I'm pretty sure we're staying at that level. Anyway, so
Yeah.
here there's like no audio cue for like a very long time. So I hope he's not gonna like accidentally wrong word. No. Okay, so like he needs to be in the middle of the room to open the punch card, but because there's like no audio for a long time, he has to like he has no idea where he is exactly. Like he kind of knows, but like yeah, he's gonna have to punch card every pixel in the room until he hears the sound that tells him he has actually done the skip.
So we're
And
gonna need a lot of luck and
yeah.
a long time.
The hardest part about this run is actually like trusting the process in situations like this and not because if you start menu buffering wrong, if you start botching it, you will miss, and you know you will lose time to the bad buffering and to missing the skip, which is bad. So you know
Yeah.
he's almost there now, like 2 more pixels, and
Oh.
he
No.
missed it. Damn, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, again, the best thing to do here is to close the game and reopen it because this cutscene is just that long. So because we took a safety save just before Muffet, it's not that damaging, luckily.
We do have to see
Um,
that spider mourn again, unfortunately,
Yeah,
which will
but
take quite a bit.
it's only like a minute or so.
Yeah,
Um,
one of the big challenges with Undertale blindfolded speedruns, compared to a lot of other ones, Frisk has no like footstep sound, unlike a lot of other games. Like in Mario 64, which is a very popular blindfolded speed game, you have kind of footstep sounds to help you beat count, do other and get a lot of alignments, but you don't really have like walls or anything else to guide you, and you're trying to go fast. We don't have that luxury here, so we just gotta count in our heads. Our dirtd just has to count in his head and pretty much figure it out.
yeah, yeah. So this is like a pretty damaging mistake, but I think we're still well within ETA. Anyway,
Yeah.
more faster. You already did it once, isn't that enough?
So many
And
flowers.
basically, exactly. And basically, like right now, he doesn't have sound from no until when he has to use the punch card. So I know he told me he's gonna like beat count in his head while going right to know more or less where he is, but like he has no idea. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a better start.
Yeah, the other one he was like in the other room when he
Mhm.
stopped. Right here he's a little bit closer, so hopefully he doesn't tire himself out before he gets there. That's one thing about doing this
Yeah.
over and over again. It's very tiring to try and press everything frame perfectly because again, in order to move exactly 1 pixel, you have to press control and the right key on the exact same frame. If you're even 1 frame off, you double buffer and you don't get the frame perfect movement that you need. There we
Okay, he
go.
got it. Nice. So by the way, so this is the cutscene where the opera cutscene where Metaton has a whole musical about how you're gonna die basically. Here we go to see Dr. Pence, the best character in the game, and buy 2 glam burgers, a very good healing item. And then trigger this cutscene, which will tell the game that we've made it this far. And because the game knows that now, because we've cleared this cutscene with the 2 silhouettes and the elf is calling us, and now the game knows, okay, well, they've made it to the hotel. And because of that, the game is gonna let us use the elevator back all the way here. So that's awesome. I wanted to say something else, but I forgot.
Yeah, this is the one instance where the cutscene that unlocks the elevator is actually different from the cutscene that takes
Yeah.
away your menu. So you just kind of have to walk over there. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of like goofing around here for a bit. Another safety save just in case. Oh yeah, I did want to point out also like the musical cutscene with Metaton changes the name of the window from Undertale to Undertale the musical. Very funny. I think here. Okay, well now he's going into core, which is like the most glitch heavy area of the game. But we're gonna skip a lot of the smaller ones because they're hard to do blindfolded, to say the least. Todd is actually like really good at core as well. Here he has like.
The main use of the punch card in regular runs is something called wrong warping. You've seen dirtd in a couple places, but pretty much if you close the punch card after entering a screen transition with it open, you regain movement and can go to the default position of the room, which in some rooms is like way further in than where you would normally end up. But because that's very hard to line up, and you have to line up against like the a very precise pixel up at the end of the room, it's very hard to do blindfolded.
Yeah. You would have to know exactly down to the pixel your position, which is hard.
Exactly.
But Todd is like really good at it with his eyes open anyway. So here, just moving to core, it's labyrinth, but we actually already know the way. And here, basically there's a setup where you walk into a wall, and then you buffer 1 pixel, and you are on the correct pixel to do this. That's called lasers to skip or something. I'm not actually sure how it's called, but yeah. We don't take a safety save, never mind. So here he told me he uses the sound of that ice cube falling into the water to know when to start holding up and down and do this puzzle. And doing this puzzle unlocks the core, unlocks a path to the end of the core, basically. So that's cool.
Yeah. So one fun fact about this, this actually also unlocks the elevator right at the start of the core that is locked when you interact with it casually. So speedrunners, it's actually faster to wrong warp your way all the way back through core and go into that elevator rather than taking this path, especially because you get an encounter right there, and encounters are pretty slow.
Exactly. It's not faster glitchless, it loses like 20 seconds, but if you wrong warp, then it works.
Yes.
It's faster.
Wow.
Anyway, here, that was a very, very, very clean metaton skip, which is the single biggest time save in the game, actually, because, like, normally, metaton monologues, then he fights you, and then, at the end, Alphys arrives, and she monologues. So, instead, he just, like, opens the punch card on the custom trigger, and walks away, and he doesn't have to do any of the fights or of the Alphys dialogue afterwards. And here we have Alphys elevator skip. I think he's not super sure of.
He's like one pixel off. He's too
like
far to the right. He's
side.
hitting.
Yeah. Damn. Ah well. I think he knows roughly where he is, but he's not certain. So probably if I was him, hold into the wall so you know where you are.
He did it again. Oh no.
Oh no.
There we go.
And there we go. And that's long elevator skip because otherwise there's like the elevator closing, and for 20 seconds you're stuck there. Anyway, and saving, and now he's out of core. And welcome to New Home, which is great. By the way, I said we were in New Game Plus. Another difference is there's a bunch of text in New Home that normally you cannot smash. You have to wait for it to rate it out itself. But in New Game Plus you can mash it, so that's like pretty cool. It saves like a minute something.
It not only does it save a lot of time, but blindfolded, you have no idea when the text box ends. There's no audio cue for when you exit the encounter or when the text is ended. So you have no idea when you've left the cutscene and start walking. Because again, you don't have audio cues for when you're walking. So with mashing, you can at least get a bit more leniency by knowing how many text boxes you've mashed to figure out when you're at the end of the encounter.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So here there's like 2 keys to pick up to unlock this chain that you see here to the stairs. You could absolutely go above the railings, by the way, but like the game makes us pick up the key instead. And here we encounter all of the monsters that we killed. Encountered. And they tell us the story of the monsters, the story of how Asgore came to declare war against humanity and whatnot.
The story of Undertale, if you will.
Exactly. The story below or something like that. And by the way, this stair is like super hard to navigate around, even with my eyes open. I don't think I've ever gotten good movement there in my life.
It's something I've refined over quite literally years of running this game.
Exactly. Luke's here. Shout out Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. And yeah, basically you see all of the monsters that tell you, yeah, so there were humans, and then the first human fell down, the first human got sick, died, and then other humans killed the king's son called Azrael. And after Azrael died, the king decided to declare war on humanity. And there's like, it's like super moving and whatnot. But like, again, we're speedrunners, so that's not true. It's a great story out of this game.
Also, probably the best song in the entire soundtrack right here.
That's true. It's called Undertale. Very evocative.
Title drop.
Yep. I can't believe that the song... What's the name of the song that plays during the Undertale? Right.
Wait, during the Undertale?
Yeah. Anyway, King Asgore will do 3 things.
I'm not sure.
First forget, we couldn't kill you, so you're back.
Welcome back.
Is it called something like another him or something? Was that intentional?
I think I don't know.
Was that intentional?
I don't think he thinks he's here. Is he stuck on the door? I don't know what he's holding. I think he was holding down right for a little bit there. But he's stuck on the elevator, and so he has no idea where he is. He thinks
he was
he's in the
holding
next
down.
room.
Please don't eat the pie.
Oh,
Well, I think he's counting his items, maybe. That's yeah, I think it's easy to like get distracted in that long room because it's literally just holding right and mashing. So
again,
I'm
you have
good
no
for it,
idea.
yeah.
The only sound you have in that entire room is the like boo boo whenever you go into an encounter. That's all you have to go for that entire long room.
Exactly. So I think it's like he might have to make a judgment call here, because I think going in with one less item than planned is not ideal.
Oh, unstuck. So yeah, pretty much what happened is he was holding upright for a bit too long, and then got stuck on above the elevator, which means when he held down right, which meant when he held down right to try and go into the next room, he got stuck on the elevator again, which means he couldn't go down, and so he thought he had entered the next room and was already on the way to meet Sans in Judgment.
That's rough.
Again, you
he wanted to equip the glasses. That makes sense.
That's what he wanted to do.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, because basically, the game never tells you, but so you spawn with a bandage, which he has now, and it's like the basic armor, and it's not good at stopping hit. But what the game never tells you is that if you have the bandage, it's actually you're 100% guaranteed to be able to flee from random encounters, and because of that, we never unequip it during the run, except at the very end because there's no longer any random encounters. So yeah, that's a bit annoying here because like he will have to redo New Home, unfortunately, because he just realized that he was missing an item. But at least again, because it's NG+, it's like 2.5 minutes.
He got caught on the wall
maybe
again?
3 minutes, I guess.
There we go.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So we're gonna see the monster tail again, which is cool because like if we're going at 10 text voxels per second, we can't really see much of it. But yeah, basically this is great to talk about the Asgore fight now. So Asgore is like the final boss of this run. This game has like 4 different final bosses depending on the run, but yeah.
Yeah, Asgore is a very, very difficult fight. Asgore does a lot of damage. I don't know the exact value, but it's a lot. And so because we have a lot more health than we normally would have, we have a bit more leniency with how much damage we can take in that fight. And plus we have a bunch of healing items, or Dirty has picked up all those healing items to make sure that even if he does get low, because he can hear when he takes damage, even if he gets low, he can take a healing item to make sure he survives. But pretty much the way that Asgore works is we need to kill him. There's no other way to end the fight other than killing Asgore, which means dealing a ton of damage. Early strats for this blindfolded speedrun that Dirty did use, I believe, the Tough Glove, because the Tough Glove has a pretty consistent 1 bar that you just have to put in the middle, as close to the middle as possible, which made it pretty. It made it so that Dirty could pretty consistently get good damage. Not great damage since the Tough Glove is a pretty weak weapon, but here he has equipped the Burnt Pan. The way the Burnt Pan works, there are 4 bars, and they can spawn in any of 9 different patterns, which means that the position of the 4 bars is different. The only thing that's consistent about the Burnt Pan is that the first bar and the last bar are always in the same position, which means that Dirty is going to have to pretty much take an RNG roll on how close those middle 2 bars are in order to deal great damage. But if they're really close to the middle, or even relatively close to the middle, Dirty's going to do a ton more damage, which will make up for the damage loss on some bad rolls. So, okay. Let's see if he got it. There we go. Okay.
To the end again. So there's gonna be like pretty much the last glitches of the run here. So first off, normally Sense like judges you for what you've done and whatnot. We're just gonna skip that because like, eh. And also then he's gonna have the last couple of warps that are like huge, really. So I think he goes for at least one of those. So yeah, here you can see him like using the beat of the music to know more or less exactly where in the room he needs to open the punch card. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much this is the same situation as musical and as Metaton Skip, where you really don't have any cues going in.
Yeah.
But he hit it. And I think he uses, I think the music fades out there, and because we have a new game plus, the music hasn't actually ended yet. Fun fact about Undertale, this track, it doesn't loop, so as soon as it ends, it's just silence. So we actually have to get there pretty. Yeah, you have to get there pretty quick without New Game Plus in order to get the music for that cue.
I had no idea. I had no idea. That's cool.
Yeah.
So
this is two more wrong warps. Two more wrong warps to skip some cutscenes, and now we're on to the Asgore fight.
Yeah, and here he positions himself exactly for this very big wrong warp, which wrong warps you past Asgore, so you don't have to spend like 40 seconds meeting him. So that's awesome. Yeah.
So we are looking for hitting these bars that I was talking about, the 4 bars. The best way you can do them is hitting them perfectly in the middle, which is frame perfect. In a regular run, you have to, the perfect Asgore hits 9 of those. All of those bars were frame perfect. So if you hit all 4 bars frame perfect in the center, it's called a quad, and you do, I believe, double the damage you would do if you didn't hit the quad. And if you get 9 of those in a row, 36 frame perfect inputs in a row, you get a Tazagore, which is the fastest anyone can do a Asgore in a regular run.
Yeah. And you see he actually hits the first and the last one. Those are the only ones where he actually knows where they will be, and he actually hit them. That's insane. And you can see here much
nice damage roll.
Yeah. We were on the verge of greatness, but well. And yeah, you can see that basically most of the attacks he will kind of just sit there and take damage, and that's why he needs all of the healing that he has. Like, he actually needs all of it.
One nice thing about Asgore, the attacks are in a deterministic order, so Dirty always knows which attack is coming up.
Yep.
Some of our attacks like this one is RNG on what the actual what the colors are there. But now he counted how many times he took damage and knew he had to heal there, so he ate the butterscotch pie to heal.
By the way, eating the butterscotch pie reminds Asgore that he's divorced, so we deal extra damage. Like the smell reminds him of his wife.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, and we also killed her, so like, that's actually really dark. But, you know, we also do it in pacifist because we are like the good guys or something. Anyway, so this allows us to deal slightly more damage to Asgore as well, which is definitely worth it in a fight such as this one, where it's gonna take a while.
Oh, 3 in a row, damn.
That was good. That was good. He actually got the pattern that he's going for.
So he knew there that he would only take 1 hit because he has the Cardiganses and has practiced this fight, so he knew he could tank 1 more and just went for it. Crazy.
Yeah. Pretty good hits. Like, again, if he had used another weapon and just hit in the center, he would not be dealing more damage than this, so... I remember that, like, when labbing out these fights, you're really on a razor thin edge the whole time, in terms of healing especially, but I think...
So he's thinking right now, can I tank 1 more hit? Is this going to take 1 hit or 2 hits?
Exactly.
Right here it's 1 hit.
That's very good, that's very good. We got lucky on none of these attacks. If it's all blue, you never get hit, because like, remember, blue, you don't take damage if you're not moving. And
think about blue stop signs.
Exactly. Remember blue stop signs.
That was really good hit, really close, but they were all like 1 frame off.
Yeah, it was not the pattern that he was practicing for, I think, so...
Yeah, Dirty told us before the round that he is going for pattern 6 every single time, which is, I believe, is the one that's all of the bars are equally spaced out, if I'm not wrong.
It's the closest one to all being spaced out. It's like or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's It's a valid strategy. Like this one is pattern 4, which has also some very even spacing, but yeah. Like overall, if he hits this pattern,
Oh
trust
my
the process.
god.
Trust the process. There's
That's
a mechanic
crazy.
in this fight. There's a mechanic in this fight. You can only die if you're at 1 HP. So if you're at 2 HP and you take a hit, you get 1 HP. So that's actually like really convenient for us, because
Yeah.
it like kind of extends how many hits we can take a couple times.
Some of these attacks get
Yeah.
crazy though, because they start speeding up. But
Exactly.
because they're speeding up and we have the cloudy glasses, we're actually taking less damage now.
Exactly.
Like
So-
we only took 1 damage there.
I think
that's the
just
last that we're
his
healing.
last. Yeah. Or does he have an Astro Food still?
I think
Yeah.
no, I think the Glamberg was the last one.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be really, really tight here. There's a bit of RNG in the Asgore fight blindfolded. There's a chance that he has to that he died and has to go for the fight again. Which
was
is what
good.
he said beforehand.
One thing about the Asgore fight is you actually do more damage the farther into the fight
Yeah.
you get. So we're doing incrementally more damage the longer we get, and that's good. Oh
That's a good.
no!
If he gets- I think that's gonna be a death here, unfortunately.
Wait.
Damn it.
Oh, so close. I think
That
one
was
more
very
turn
close.
and it would have been good.
Definitely. But yeah, this is what I mean when I say we're on a really, really thin edge, because like you are like the level 9 was the most we could get to without some huge detour in the route. Like we are just kind of killing along the path, along the way here, but we would need a lot more time invested into the getting more levels otherwise. And like level 9 was the most reasonable one to get. And when you're at that point, with a full inventory of healing items, with the best possible equipment, you can barely kill Asgore blindfolded. So
It's the EXP requirement for love 10 and above just gets exponentially worse.
Yeah.
I believe it doubles every single time. So beyond a certain point, it's not worth it.
Exactly.
It's better to just get some more healing so we can deal more damage towards the end of the fight.
yeah, and it's not even that worth it. Even nice yellow
Nice.
hit here, which shows, by the way, how accurate he is on the timings.
Just memorize them.
He's just not getting the correct patterns basically. But another thing is like the main reason why we're increasing level is to deal more damage, because you also get more HP, but the fight is coded so that the more level you have, the more damage you take. So like it's actually really not that much of a benefit. But that's fine.
That was really good, but they were all off by like 1 frame, so it
Yeah.
was unfortunately no golden hits
Yeah.
or crits.
He's going a bit aggressive. Like it's the early. Oh yeah, he knows it's
Yeah.
this attack which you can only take 1 hit to. So no, he's gonna heal. I'm guessing.
Yep, there we go.
That's menuing as well. And we're getting lucky on the DN. Wow, that was very, very good. Aura, pure unfiltered aura. Anyway, so like some of these attacks you can slightly lower damage, but none of them are basically like there's one where you can guarantee. Well, there's like 1 or 2, but mostly you cannot guarantee that you won't take damage. And some like this one, you are more or less expecting to take damage pretty much in the same amount every time. But
One
yeah, he's
thing,
getting mostly center hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right here, just standing still is the best option because you have no idea what to do. It's RNG if you get hit or not. Here, you probably, if you put enough hours in, could find a way to dodge that because that is deterministic, but it's not worth it. There's a lot of other parts of this run that need more practice, honestly.
Exactly. Like Asgore blindfolded is very, very hard. Definitely the hardest part of the blindfolded run. Also the hardest part of the neutral runs for like other reasons. Like at top level you would hope to get only perfect hits on Asgore, or almost only. Like if you hit all 4 bars, it's called a quad, quadruple from perfect, so quad for short. And like top level runs attempt anyway to get all quads on Asgore, which is known as a TAS Gore, TAS Asgore. And it's like super hard. And it also involves killing in 9 turns.
it is really punishing missing any quad in the regular
Yeah.
run. If you miss one quad, you lose. You no longer can beat the fight in 9 turns. You take 10 turns, and each turn is about 10 seconds. Which means if you miss one quad, you lose 10 seconds over optimal. If you miss 3 quads, you lose 20 seconds, and it just
Exactly.
keeps going up from there. Every 2 quads you miss after that, you lose another 10 seconds. For
Just so we're clear-
reference, my
Yeah.
my 11th place run loses 20 seconds in Asgore alone.
Just so we're clear, the difference between world record and second place is 1 second.
Yeah.
The difference between third place and fourth place is 1 frame. That was a good hit, by the way.
I think he might get it here.
He's gonna. Does he have healing as well, actually?
I don't think so.
That's gonna be tight.
One more.
That's gonna be a tight one.
Oh,
I believe.
go, go, go. Asgore's lowest peak. That means we got it.
Third D. No, that doesn't mean that. That's very, very unfortunate.
Oh, so close.
That's a very, very unfortunate turn of
I
events.
believe Asgore has low HP. Only shows up if you are, I believe, 200 away from beating Asgore, and you
Really?
need 130 there. I believe that. I
That's
don't remember
very
the exact
unfortunate.
number, but there's a specific number away from the end of the fight.
That's
which
very
that
unfortunate.
I
that-
can't keep going.
That's
no.
Do we still have time, or are we calling it there?
I don't know. I don't know if there's still time or not. I've taken the blindfold off.
Did you get flashbanged?
Yes.
Ah. So
It was a
what's the
great
verdict?
attempt.
You know, I just couldn't land the hits. This is my first time implementing quads in like a full game run. I've practiced it a lot, but it's so hard.
That's
It is.
understandable.
You had a lot of really, really close hits where you were pretty much 1 frame off of hitting them all.
I just couldn't land the hits.
But,
This is
like,
my first time
just, like,
implementing
all
quads
of-
in, like,
it
a
was
full
so
game
good- it was
run.
so
I've practiced
good.
it a lot, but it's so hard.
Done.
Do we have time
yeah.
for one more attempt, or
I think
I'm
we're
happy to one more attempt, but I don't know if we're pressed for time.
yeah?
What's the verdict? Do we have time for more attempts? Anyone from the organization? I mean, is anyone gonna stop us realistically if you go for it?
One more attempt, but I don't know if we're pressed for time.
I mean, maybe they are, but like we will find it soon enough.
You know, I think.
May I say- Just generally, you are looking dapper. That is
Yeah.
incredible,
I agree.
incredible outfit. Yeah.
Thank you.
Even the blindfold.
I don't,
He's implementing
like,
the
I
loop.
on it, like I think I'm just like it's so hard to do the quads. I don't think I realistically can. I think I'd better quit whilst I'm ahead. In all honesty, so I'm gonna.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, I didn't like there is nothing after Asgore. I know both the times I died, I was like that last one. If I'd have hit one more bar slightly better, I would have won. But oh well.
Definitely.
Yeah. The Asgore has low HP text showed up, and so I thought, oh my god.
I heard the Asgore text, and then I whiffed with those. But it's this is a rough category. It is what it is. If I'd have
That's
hit
fine.
one more bar slightly better,
So, we hope you enjoyed the showcase nonetheless.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, there's nothing after Asgore fights in this category.
Yeah, you walk upwards and then time ends pretty much. This is a rough category. It is what it is.
So,
I
GG
had fun.
and we
So,
are
taking this
ending
stupid blindfold off.
exactly on estimate, actually.
Yeah, you walk upwards and then time ends pretty much.
And I think we're... Sorry.
I'm taking this stupid blindfold off. The Asgore fight? No, my best time is about 6 minutes.
Do you want to do it without the blindfold to show off?
I can show Asgore without the blindfold, but that's... I don't think I could do, because I'm just not in it right now.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
The Asgore fight? No, my best time is let's finish the run. I don't have the timer, so I have no idea what the final time is. I can show Asgore
You
without
are at about 1 hour 20 right now.
I don't think I can. Yeah, I know I'm about 1 hour 20 in it right now. I should be able to finish up within the next 2-3 minutes maximum.
Yep.
Alright, let's finish
Go,
the
go,
run.
go. Hit those
I don't
quads.
have the timer, so I have no idea what the final
Alright,
time
we're about to see
is,
the
but-
skill gap between blindfolded dirtd and regular.
I don't know. I'm gonna like hit pattern 6. I should be able to finish up within the next 2-3 minutes.
you actually hit pattern 6.
I did.
That's crazy.
So what happened is Dirty got the pan pattern 7, but he still did the inputs that would have worked on pattern 6.
Like hit pattern 6.
Because that was the one that he practiced.
Dude, I'm not used to dodging these attacks. Dude, I actually did. I did.
You just need to like get back into it.
I just need a moment, Jesus.
Like, just to be clear, dirtd is still getting used to seeing again because like
Dude, I'm not
it's
used
very
to
funny.
dodging
Every
these
time he
attacks
takes the
twice,
blindfold,
though.
there we
And
go.
that's
That's
what
what
a
it
quad
is.
looks like. It deals double damage, which is why they're
400
so
damage.
good.
Yeah.
I just need a moment, Jesus.
And it's very funny. Every time dirtd takes the blindfold off after a run like that, he gets basically flashbanged by the lights in his room.
Well, because I'm like in the dark for so in my mind, I've gone over the 1 hour 30 mark. I was like waiting for the call to say
No.
wrap it up because time feels so long. Also, that mess up in New Home. I don't know if you guys know what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like in
You
the
got stuck
dark
on the
for well-
elevator.
So in my mind,
I
I've
don't know
gone over the 1 hour 30 mark. I was like waiting for the call to say wrap it up because time feels so long. Also, that mess up in New Home. I don't know if you guys know what happened there. Oh, what do you mean? I'm talking about when I reset in New Home. Oh, what? To get to the save point? Yeah, no, so the reason why I loaded to my save, literally like at the end of New Home, is I accidentally ate the glam burger, and Asgore is absurdly tight. It's pretty much routed, so that every time I survive by about 1 or 2 hits, which is why I needed to hit my shots. And that's Asgore, by the way. Much faster than Blindfolded. A weird perk with this text is you can mash it at 60 FPS instead of 30, so you can just mash a lot faster. You know, so once I ate the glam burger, I paused for a while because I've never done that before, so I was just freaking out trying to figure out what to do, and I was just like, I just have to load back. I don't know, just. So I was trying to equip the glasses. Yes, that's what went wrong. But yeah, so time ends. Now, when you touch the
That was
ball,
insane. I popped off so hard.
1 hour 23. Yeah, no, I missed EMS. Yeah. Yeah, no, I missed EMS. So I don't know if you talked about EMS, but I did go for it.